안녕하세요. Exchange Chan Megan
Joanne입니다. 안녕하세요. 익스체인지 첸 13번째 시간입니다. 오늘은 메간과 인사부터 나누고 오늘의 주제로 들어가 보겠습니다. 메간, welcome.
Hi. Hi, welcome to you too.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
You especially look good. You're doing well.
Sure. Thanks. I feel like you're saying that to compensate for every day that you go,
Yeah.
hi, you look so tired and not okay.
Today is different. You look good.
I think you're lying because I'm exhausted.
You look energetic.
I'm not. I'm so tired.
No, you look energetic.
Y'all, she's lying.
Okay.
No, but thank you.
Uh-huh.
I'm doing my best
Okay, thank you.
for what I do. Though, I mean, I do have problems with insomnia at times. So, like, yeah, I need to, it's a whole thing. We don't need to get into it today, but thank you. I appreciate that I look great. It is a skill I have. I've been told that I tend to look good when I don't get sleep. I've had people in my life be like, wow, you look amazing. I'm like, I have not slept. So it's a skill. Thanks.
Okay. My pleasure.
Thanks.
In Korean saying, fight the fire with a fire, you know?
We're moving on. Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. In terms of what? We use that phrase, fight fire with fire, or
Okay.
don't fight fire with fire.
Uh-huh.
What does it mean in Korean?
Yeah, it means 이열치열.
Mm.
In Korean, 이열치열.
Okay. Yeah.
And then it means to beat the heat with something hot.
Fight the fire. Fight fire with fire. So
That's
meaning
right.
because it's hot.
Yeah.
Hot. Eat and drink hot things.
Yeah, so beat the heat with have something hot.
Okay.
Mhm.
I mean, like that is a thing,
Mhm.
right? That's a thing that you should have hot things when it's hot out
Yeah, that's
to
the
like
reason.
regulate your
Uh-huh.
temperature. But which is funny because I feel like we as humans want to go for the cool thing and like jump in the
Yeah,
cool.
but in an opposite way.
It's interesting because I think both can work.
Yeah, both can work.
So maybe
We
go
believe.
take a cold shower and eat hot food.
Yeah, there could be a better way,
We could do
but
that.
but you know, the having some hot one could be make us feel better.
Okay.
In a very hot weather. And then that's why we eat hot samgyetang in the middle of the hot summer. You know samgyetang?
I don't. I mean, what is it? I have no idea what it is.
Samgyetang is, very hot one of the chicken.
Well, that would
The
make
boiled
sense
one
why
in a
I
very
haven't.
Stone pot.
Oh, okay. So like a thick stone pot and it's boiled chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Is it spicy?
Not spicy, just mild
I mean, I like spicy, but
blend one.
I mean, it makes sense. Bland. So eat bland hot chicken on a
Yeah.
hot day. You're selling it to the vegetarian. But like
Oh, you
hot.
vegetarian.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
I
We know
forgot
this.
that.
Hello.
Sorry.
I like how you're trying to sell hot bland chicken to a vegetarian who actually. Fun fact: I haven't even had Korean fried chicken since I've been here.
Not yet.
No, because like chicken.
How could?
Well, I okay. This sounds horrible. I had chicken at one point a while ago, and I find it boring. Chicken's boring.
Boring.
It's boring.
What means boring?
It's boring. I taste it and I go, this is unimpressive. This is uneventful. And it's not that they cooked it poorly. Like it was juicy. It had flavor. I was just like, no wonder people use chicken a lot because I think it's a easy delivery
That's
for,
right.
kind of like it can easily go with a lot of different flavors.
And then that protein is, is very famous that,
Yeah.
it's very easy to digest.
Yeah. It's boring. Flavor. I just was like, chicken is boring. Okay. But maybe, I mean, I also don't feel great when I eat meat. Maybe though, if I'm really feeling like I can be okay without with eating some meat. But no, I mean, I'm also, especially after giving this performance, I'm really realizing that my artist practice and just I'm definitely more of an athlete in some ways, and so I do have to care for my body. And sometimes, while I might want to try certain flavors, like hot bland chicken on a hot summer day in Korea,
okay,
maybe I
let's
should
have
not.
a chance.
Yeah,
let's have a chance at one time to have together.
maybe, or I'll watch you eat it.
You will watch.
Yeah.
Just watch.
I'll have a beer and you eat it.
You beer.
Sure, why not?
Oh, how dare you. Okay.
I can eat other things. I'll eat some kimchi. It's fine.
Okay, then let's get to today's
What are we
topic.
talking about today?
Korean traditional fashion.
Yes, continuing from last time.
Yeah, last time we thought that we seemed just to focus on Korean contemporary fashion.
Yeah.
So now we'll talk about Korean traditional fashion. I think that especially in Gwanghwamun or in Gyeongbok Palace, we can easily find out a lot of foreigners who want Korean traditional costume, hanbok, and trying to take pictures in front of hanok, traditional Korean buildings.
Yeah.
You also have photos of those kinds of places, right?
No.
No.
Well, are you talking about me in hanbok in those places?
In Gwanghwamun or...
That I've worn a hanbok there?
Yeah.
No.
So there are a lot of shops to lend some hanbok to foreigners.
No, I
have some good photos.
Yeah, no, I haven't done that. I have photos of the palace, just
the palace.
I have
Not
photos
you, without you.
No, God no. No, I stay away from doing that. As I've mentioned throughout these last this show that we have, Exchange Chan. I've been living abroad and living in various places for many years. That's always been something I'm quite sensitive to. Like I hesitate to wear traditional clothing of various cultures unless it's, I think, I came from I come from the States, which there's a big colonial like colonizer energy with the native tribes and cultures. And I grew up quite ignorantly where, maybe that wasn't considered. And so I've done a lot of deconstruction, but also just like had, I give a shit. I kind of picked it up quite early about like, this is not okay. Like this, it always felt weird to me for, my whole life. And so especially as I started traveling, I couldn't always put words to it right away, but I didn't like the energy and I didn't like the approach. A lot of foreigners come to wearing stuff like hanbok, or like I've been to Japan too and wearing kimono, which is hard at times because like some people have wanted to see me in their traditional outfits and clothing. And I'm like, the only way I would wear hanbok, since we're talking about that here, the only way I would do it is if like someone said, hi, I wore this for my wedding. I want to see you in it. Or if I decide to get married. It just is special. Or like it's a historical thing. I make clothing for my art and I'm, working toward designing even more. Or I am a designer and, so I'm very interested in fashion and fashion history. And so unless it was like this historical, almost research moment that I would maybe get to wear something, that would be a very different, more appreciation. But like, I'm doing it within the bounds of like everyone's conscious and there is an appreciation and a love and a consideration for the history and the perspectives of the people who this is their traditional way of dressing or traditional dress. I just don't. It's not my vibe, even just in general. Like I'm not always someone to be like, take a photo of me in front of this this tourist thing. That's just not my vibe. And add traditional dress into that, I don't like it.
I think that you're a kind of considerate young woman.
Yeah, I think in a lot of ways, I miss out on things because of it. Because I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. And it has kind of isolated me from certain communities and foreigners. And I'm conscious of tourism even in general. and I get where it's a need sometimes, or you know, has been the route people have gone to make money. Also get money from the people who hurt you. Like that's fine, you know. But I'm very considerate. I really care. So yeah, I don't have those images, and I won't until it's for. I will only wear one for if it really the situation really calls for it.
오케이. 제가 메간에게 요즘 광화문이나 경복궁 같은 데서 보면 그 한복을 입고 사진 찍으러 이렇게 걷고 있는 외국인들을 많이 보잖아요. 굉장히 예뻐 보이기도 하고 귀여워 보이기도 하는데 메간에게 그런 경험, 그런 사진을 갖고 있지 않느냐고 물어봤더니, 한나라의 어떤, 정신이 깃들어진 그런, 문화 같은 것에, 그 관광객이, 그렇게, 단순하게 입고 좋은 사진을 찍기 위해서, 그런 경험으로, 하는 거는 별로 메간은 즐겨하지 않는다고 얘기를 하네요. 그리고 만약에 어떤 특별한 일이나 특별한 날에 누군가가 자기한테 이건 한복을 입는 게 의미가 있으니까 입어라 하면은 기꺼이 입겠지만 이렇게 좋은 사진을 만들기 위해서 좀 재미난 일을 만들기 위해서 어떤 그 나라의 전통적인 의상, 그러니까 조금 의미 있는 의상을 입고 재미있는 사진을 찍는 거는 자기 취향이 아니라고 얘기를 하고 있네요. 굉장히 사려 깊은 젊은인 것 같죠? 네. Okay, then
Yes.
you haven't had the experience of wearing a hanbok?
No.
No.
Not yet.
And then can I ask you what you thought about the hanbok?
What I think of them in general. Stunning.
In general.
I think it's stunning. I mean,
It's stunning.
yeah. I mean, I come from the States, and even though my family is quite German, like I don't have traditional clothing, which is, you know, very much a symptom of being white at times. You know, a lot of white people are colonizers in some ways or have been historically, and so they don't have traditional clothing in that way. But so it has always fascinated me with traditional clothing in general. But hanbok, what I find so fascinating about it is the silhouette is so interesting to me, and it's like just the waistline, you know, it's so high.
Yeah.
Also, I always just am curious about how you tie the bow.
Don't ask me that.
Okay, I won't ask you that. But no, I find it, you know, it's it just the shape, the lines, both the simplicity and the complexity. I also, like, because I do study fashion, and I'm very inspired by historical fashion, but also, you know, current fashion. And I like looking at people who are inspired by traditional fashion. So I look at like Korean designers. Don't ask me names. I'm really bad with names. But even just like silhouettes and how people will mix Western and various Eastern fashions. But the hanbok, I think there's so much potential in how it's, and it is being used. The potential is being used. I'm not saying it's not tapped into, but it's been being used in really interesting ways, also in modern silhouettes and fashion. And
A lot.
Yeah, and how that's influenced, you know, modern designers. And so I find it so fascinating. It just kind of gives you both a very specific silhouette, but like a broad ways in which it can be used and inspired new clothing. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, that's right. 제가 그 한복에 대해서 그 메간에게 어떻게 생각했었느냐고 물어봤더니 그 한복의 자태가 굉장히 아름답고 독특하잖아요. 그리고 특이하고 그래서 그런 특성들 때문에 현대에서도 많이 이런 저런 곳에서 사용되고 있는 것 같다고 그렇게 얘기를 하고 있네요. Then I think that the hanbok has a very elegant silhouette.
Oh yeah.
With its graceful lines. Hanbok typically consists of a short jacket and a long skirt. And when the sleeves are spread out, the hem forms a wide, gracefully rounded shape. And it looks exceptionally beautiful when raising your hands or extending your arms.
What do you mean by that? Like,
So when you wear the hanbok and then you stretch out your arm, the lines of hem of that hanbok, so the bottom of that sleeves, so beautiful,
so you
rounded,
mean like
gently
the kind of the
curved.
design is complete when it's fully on display.
That's right.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
So-
beautiful.
And then one thing moreover, the colors are very diverse and vibrant,
Okay.
making it stand out whenever you go,
Okay. So,
wherever you go.
So are there specific colors for specific things? Like I've worked with various indigenous cultures and like sometimes there's, specific meaning to different colors, or is it more just the type of pattern and fabric being used?
I don't know exactly, but I think that the colorful thing is the very Korean ones.
Being very colorful.
Yeah, very colorful.
Oh, okay.
So we are always making some kind of traditional thing. We
Yeah.
always use some kind of very colorful
Yeah,
stuffs.
I mean, I've noticed with your temples and
That's right.
historical
That's right.
buildings are quite colorful. Even even though you do see because I love when you see the original materials, so you can still see the wood, for example, but it's also decorated in a colorful, beautiful way, which is really stunning.
That's
I think,
our origin way.
and
I
very
think.
very distinct of Korean
Yeah, very distinct.
design. Even in even though pottery, for example, is quite
Pottery,
more
yeah,
earthy
also the
look,
same.
but it's still kind of there's a distinct Korean pottery look to it. Okay, another question: what fabric is traditional for hanbok?
Fabric?
Yeah.
Fabric. I don't know exactly about that.
Joanne, hello. Do I need to learn something on my own? How
Fabric.
dare.
So you mean the material for that hanbok?
Yeah. So what's like traditional? I mean, and what do people use now?
So I thought that the traditional one was made by some cotton,
Cotton? Okay.
mainly.
Okay.
But nowadays, I don't know, maybe, what is that?
So I feel like was there a lot of silk used traditionally here?
Silk.
Was that traditional
Also, we
here?
use that.
Yeah. So
we
like
use
so
that
meaning
a lot.
more expensive ones were made from various kinds of silk, other blends, and then cotton. Other cellulose fibers, and then now. I wouldn't be surprised if people are using certain polyesters because that's cheaper.
Polyester, yeah.
Which I find
we use also.
Which I don't. I mean, I'm not always partial to polyester. I have ideas, various. We don't need to get into my ideas on fabric, but I also have quite sensitive skin, and so I like to wear more natural fibers, but I will wear polyester when I'm not whatever. But I feel like that would get hot.
Yeah, and then I think that the hanbok's material it doesn't need to have something of the flexibility.
It does.
It
doesn't. Oh, so it's quite
doesn't.
stiff.
Yeah, stiff, and then some kind of a shape, straight
So
shape.
could it be made out of linen? Because linen can be kind of like
that's right. For the summer
sometimes
ones,
stiff, but like also can be flowy.
Yeah,
So could there be a linen?
linen.
Yeah.
Linen. We usually use that kind of material, linen.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So it makes our body's temperature
Oh
down.
yeah. Oh yeah. I'm currently knitting myself a vest out of linen because I'm like it's hot. I need something. Yeah. Okay. I didn't know that. Okay. So
You didn't know
can
that.
be. I mean, maybe because I know fabric well enough, I didn't realize, and maybe it's because whenever I don't know, I don't need to finish that sentence. I think there's like, I just don't know always. I feel like I know fabric well enough. I can't speak today. See, I am tired.
Okay.
No, but I think
I understand
but I felt like I knew fabric well enough to know how linen moved, and I guess I just didn't always put two and two together that linen was used in hanbok. I just didn't.
Pardon me?
Oh no, I can't.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was saying I thought I knew fabric well enough where I didn't think linen was always used. I thought it was other fabrics. for hanbok, but you're saying people do use.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
surely we do.
Okay.
Usually we do. We always use the linen for, especially for summer ones.
Okay. I guess I just haven't. I mean, I haven't been here in the summer yet, so maybe I'll experience that.
Okay. And then, in my opinion, hanbok looks truly beautiful on women with slightly narrow shoulders.
Okay.
Narrow shoulders and a long neck. Especially.
Okay. And is that that shape for it? Was that more of a traditional? Is that still a Korean beauty standard? Our long necks and narrow shoulders?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
I don't have that kind of shape, so
neither do
don't
I.
understand that.
I have broad enough shoulders. So no, not me.
But I think that it's true that the Western suits look better with a slightly angular and then the broader shoulders, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and they're even made
For your suits.
Yeah, I mean,
you need some kind of angular shoulders.
Yeah, I mean, in the 80s, it was a huge thing to put shoulder pads in your shoulders, right? To give you that look. Like, there are still shoulder pads, depending on what you're wearing. But yeah, it was to give you that more angular or just, give you broader shoulders. Yeah, I think it varies. Yes, suits do suit. Suits do suit. Oh God, I can't even. But that's
suits
actually
do suit.
It's true. That's English. That's how we do it. They suit broader shoulders at times,
That's
but
true.
not too broad. It's just
Not too broad.
which is just
too boysy.
just it's beauty standards and what people think. I think wear what you want, but some things do. Sometimes certain silhouettes look different, better if you want to say better, but they look different on different shapes.
Okay. Now then, can I ask you the first song?
Yeah, we can do that.
What is that?
Okay. Now our first song today is Sour by The Rose.
Sour candy in your mouth. Thought I was sweet, but then you spit me out. I was so down to call you my crown. Then you fell out, and now I'll never know how sweet you taste. I let you go and slip away. I know it hurts, but it's the truth. My heart's so sour without you. My heart's so sour without you. When the teardrops touch my mouth, it tastes the bitterness like you. Got me speechless and it stung my tongue. I'll never get over you. Every day I wonder what you're like when you touch my lips. I'll never know how sweet you taste. I let you go and slip away. I know it hurts, but it's the truth. My heart's so sour without you. My heart's so sour without you.
And this kind of characteristics of hanbok also applies to men's, which comes in a wide range of colors and is designed to be loose-fitting throughout without restricting any part of the body, offering comfort and freedom of movement despite its lack of stretchiness.
Okay.
You have ever seen men's hanbok?
Yeah. I mean, you mean out and about in the wild or like in dramas and...
No, not in drama.
Oh, I mean, you mean just like on the street?
Yeah, on the street.
Not, I mean, no, I've actually seen more of women in hanbok than I have men. But yeah, I mean, I've seen it. But...
So you mean that you watch that kinds of men's hanbok from the dramas of
that, or like
on TV?
I've researched. Yeah. Well, I don't have a TV, but yes. But yeah, I've seen them, and it's kind of, it's like there are trousers as well. Yes, within the design. Yeah. Yeah, of course I've seen it. Okay. You said I look good. I am tired, but yes, I have seen them out and about because I've seen them. But
sorry to bother you asking some questions.
Well, oh my god! Oh no, we're doing a radio show that asks questions and we talk. I think it's okay.
Yeah, and then your image is talkative, so
I know I'm the talkative one. Hi, which that. It's so funny because like sometimes I'm really not, but like put me in front of a microphone and I am. I mean, okay, I am. People who know me, I can be.
I cannot believe that.
I know, but sometimes I'm really. You see me after I've like hung out by myself for 4 days, 5 days, like
5 days.
Oh yeah, I just hang out by myself
without meet anyone.
Yeah, well,
meeting anyone.
I mean, lately I've been quite busy, but I need my alone time. I can only be like this if I hang out by myself. I'm actually introverted. Like I actually need to. I can be both, so you could call me an ambivert, but and I do have things to say.
I'm a reserved too.
Yeah, right. So I need time to myself. Like, are you the same?
Yeah, I absolutely need.
Yeah.
So when I got meet somebody, I needed some time to be myself.
Yeah, I had I don't know if I've shared this yet, but I used to have a guy I was friends with, and he said we were like exact opposites in the way of I'm actually quite introverted, but I'm very charming and outgoing. And he's an extrovert who's very shy.
And so, shy.
Yeah, like a shy extrovert who loves being around people, needs to be around people, and desires to be around people. And I'm like, I like it, but also like, fuck off. Like I need to go I need to go home and like be by myself, or I need to go on a walk by myself and be in my own head. Like I don't want to talk. I just want to hang out by myself and talk to myself. Yeah.
Okay, let's get to our subject.
Yeah, so
we don't have much time.
I know,
because we are too talkative.
But we are trying our new format today, which we had to forcibly do the past 2 times, which was, we used to have 4 sections, but the last 2 times I think we've accepted our talkativeness, and now you've restructured it so it's 3 sections, ending with the song. So hopefully that lends to it. I think that's in my mind, and I'm like, oh, we have all the time. But yes, let's talk more about. Yep, let's go.
Okay. So next question is, how about the Western traditional clothing?
Well, I mean, it's traditional clothing, right? Like when you say Western, are you talking American?
American.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're possible to give me some kind of information about the other countries,
yeah, I mean,
you can do that.
I guess, I'm from the States, and if it's more like historical clothing, like what was worn, if you want to talk about like native culture and like what different tribes wear traditionally, even now, there's that conversation. There's also various parts in Europe. Like if you go to Scotland, there's the kilt, right? Like that's very traditional for men. In Germany, for example, there's the lederhosen, which are like the leather shorts. Lederhosen. Leder means leather. Hosen means like trousers. Lederhosen, so leather trousers. And like dirndl, which is the dress that women wear. Like if you see Oktoberfest, like that's the people are wearing traditional German clothing. So various, like all the countries in Europe, like have traditional clothing. And then if you talk about indigenous cultures, what they wear, or maybe what's more commonly been worn historically by different places. If you want to talk about like a traditional American thing, like blue jeans. Hello.
Oh, blue jeans.
Blue jeans. I mean, even I'm so
that's the American one.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I forgot that.
Yeah, I'm so traditionally American today and wearing, my Levi shorts.
Oh,
like
Levi's
is very but blue jeans were invented in the States, I believe. So yeah, I mean, it also depends on like what historical, if you want to talk about historical clothing and what time in history are we talking about? Yeah, lots of different things. Like suits are very Western, suits, specific cuts of trousers and like button-up shirts. Yeah, lots of different ones. What do you have in mind when you think of Western clothing?
For me, I can see that in Western movies of the old time America, and then in Gone with the Wind, you know that?
Yeah, of course I know that.
Very old movie. And then Vivian Lee, so beautiful woman's character, Scarlett O'Hara. Scarlett O'Hara's use of corset.
Yeah.
Corset was the most striking, and men's clothing typically featured loose sleeves and puffed one.
Yeah.
And then slightly tight-fitting trousers.
Yeah.
Tight-fitting trousers, which seem characteristic of Western traditional attire.
Yeah. I mean, that's also of a specific time. Like if you look at fashion history, the silhouettes and the ways in which we've either restricted women or women have then like been more liberated and like been riding bicycles more, and when trousers were now then more widely worn by all genders, and with men's clothing too, that men used to wear heels in certain eras, that started by a French king, like all these things. So there's lots of different ways. But yeah, that's definitely of that time that you're talking about, Gone with the Wind. I mean, it influences fashion today. Like, do I own a corset and is it black and leather? Yeah. And
yes.
and I use it for fun and fashion and but also like art. So yeah, it just depends on what you're using it for. Also, what class you were in. Like, were you more of the working class, or were you in what people high society, right? Which I'm sure, like we were saying with the fabrics of Hanbok, right? Like that would be worn differently. Like different fabrics maybe were worn with different classes.
Right. The silk one is for the high classes.
Yeah, and were different colors more available too because of like dye colors.
Right. The colors too.
Yeah, like which
colorful one is the highest one.
Because you can dye it and have.
And then the lowest people, they have just only mono. Monopigment or monochromes.
So it's like more mono. So if there were more designs and, of course that costs more and is more. I actually recently got into natural dyes for my clothing. Just because
natural dyes.
Yeah, because
is it hard to make it?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing some research into it and really want to get into more of it because I'm conscious of, I've gifted myself following my authentic expression, which is art, but some art processes are quite they can be wasteful, especially because I haven't done it in a while. One I just haven't had access to it, but it is quite wasteful. This what is it called? I can't think. Darkroom photography. They can be really, like film darkroom photography can be quite wasteful. Yeah, photography. So it's like I know people who are working on more natural processes that are using chemicals or not chemicals that can develop images, but don't harm the earth. And that's why I'm wanting to get into natural fabric dye more. And I actually did some research that there's like a whole experience you can have here in I think it's near Insadong. Like a natural Korean traditional fabric dyeing.
You can practice that.
Yeah. I haven't afforded that yet, but I would be curious because shows a very like the whole history of dyeing fabric here, which would be I think fascinating.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. 네, 제가 메간에게 한복 입은 사람을 봤냐고 했더니 그러니까 길거리에서는 많이 못 봤고 남자 한복을 입은 사람을 많이는 못 봤고 그다음에 그 영화나 그 드라마 같은 데서 좀 봤었는데 굉장히 매력적으로 보였었나 봐요. 그리고 그 남자들이 입는 그 굉장히 헐렁한 스타일의 그런 우리나라 한복도 특징적이지만 그 서양에서 그 미국이나 다른 서양 나라에서 입는 한복들도 한복이 아니죠. 그쪽에서 각기 나라마다 갖고 있는 그런 전통적인 의상들이 특징이 너무 다양하고 그 계층에 따라서 너무 다양한 옷들의 그 실루엣이 달라서 그냥 대강 얘기해 줄 수밖에 없었던 것 같아요. 그래서 저는 저에게 오히려 더 물어봐서 저는 그 바람과 함께 사라지다의 스칼렛 오하라가 그 콜셋을 조이는 장면이 생각이 나서 그걸 얘기를 했더니 그거는 조금 미국에서는 약간 계층이 있는 그러니까 지위가 있는 그런 사람들이 옛날에 입었었던 옷이라고 얘기를 해주고 있습니다. 그리고 우리나라도 역시 컬러풀한 그런 한복은 역시 그 좀 높은 직위에 있었던 분들이 입었던 옷들이고 조금 서민층에서는 약간 색깔이 다양하지 않은 한복을 입은 게 사실이잖아요. 그런데 서양에서도 그런 계층이나 어떤 그 사회적 지위에 따라서 많이 다양하게 여러 방면으로 다르게 그렇게 의상들을 입었던 것 같습니다.
Thank you for doing that
Okay.
as always.
I made it in a very brief way.
Yeah, well, I mean, I do. Again, I'm talkative, but no, I think with this topic in particular too, or just like in general. I mean, I have you ask me certain questions, and then I'm just like, well, I have this thing that I'm talking, and because like when you talk about Western fashion, it's varied. Just like if I say, oh, Asian fashion is it's varied. It'd be like saying, hi, the kimono is
so
exactly
various.
the same as the hanbok, which is completely false, right? Very different.
That's right.
Yeah, so. Yeah, that's how I talk, and that's where my knowledge is. Thank you for
I understand.
but no, really, thank you for translating or summarizing my brain. Thanks.
Thank
Can
you.
I play you another song?
Okay. Yeah. Let's listen to.
Okay, so our second song is "Anything But Me" by Muna.
Anything but me.
Anything But Me by Muna.
Muna.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You're gonna say that I'm on a high horse. I think that my horse is regular sized. Do you ever think maybe you're on a pony going in circles on a carousel ride? You're gonna say I asked for the moon. I think that it's you with your head in the sky. All that I wanted was somebody honest, living for more than their next good time. You say that you wanna change, but I hope you get everything you want, everything you want. You say that you need relief, but I hope you get everything you
여러분은 지금 91.3MHz 서대문 공동체 FM 라디오의 익스체인지 챈챈챈을 듣고 계십니다. 이는 서대문 공동체 라디오 플러그인에 의해 만들어지고 있습니다. 저희는 특히 다문화 가정 및 서대문 지역에 거주하는 외국인들에게 도움을 드리고자 만들어진 프로그램으로서 여러분들도 다양한 얘기로 참여하실 수 있어요. 저희 메일 주소 알려드립니다. exchange1-@naver.com입니다. 다시 한번 말씀드리겠습니다. exchange1-@naver.com입니다. 그리고 광고 하나 더 하겠습니다. 서대문 지역에 사시는 외국인으로서 한국의 음식이나 언어 교환을 원하시는 분들이 계시면 참여하실 수 있는 조그만 단체 알려드리려고요. K줌마라고 한국인 아줌마들의 모임인데요. 영어 연습을 하고 있는 단체인데 구성원 분들이 서대문 지역에 오래 살고 계신 아줌마 분들이어서 음식에 대해서는 물론이고 서대문 지역에 대해서도 빠삭하신 분들이세요. 그래서 한국어를 정규적으로 연습하고 싶으시거나 여기서 사는 여러 정보들을 듣고 싶으실 때 도움을 드릴 수 있는 그룹입니다. 저희에게 연락 주시면 연결시켜 드리겠습니다. 관심과 참여 부탁드립니다. Here is a personal advertisement that I can tell you. If there are any foreigners living in Sodemu who want to exchange Korean food practicing or Korean language regularly, I will let you know a small group Kjuma. Kjuma is a meetups of Korean lady homemakers as a group practicing English and living the area also. They are knowledgeable about the local area and can help foreigners living in this area practice Korean food, know Korean spirituality, and give useful various information about living here. If you need any of these, please contact us. We will connect you to them. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Joanne.
And then let me tell you something about Korean beauty.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Please.
I learned it from my art teacher of
Okay.
high school.
Okay.
That the true beauty of Korean paintings comes from the sense of space. I mean, empty space in brush monochrome painting.
Okay. So you say empty space. In English, we would say negative space.
Negative space.
Yeah, there's like
a
positive,
little bit
negative space.
different.
Yeah, I mean, it
expression.
sounds not great, right? Like,
So negative means a little bit
just means open
disappointing.
space. Yeah, no, but it just means open space, like that there's
open space.
yeah,
just,
so like you were saying that there is there is emptiness there. And that's really that's what we call negative space.
Oh.
And like more asymmetry instead of being symmetrical. Yeah, no, that's very characteristic for sure.
Yeah. And the Korean traditional costumes and architectures, their real beauty comes from the line of curves.
Okay, so lots of curves.
Yeah, as I mentioned before, the hem of the sleeves has so gentle curves, as the same way Korean tile the roof. The tiled roof.
Yeah, like the traditional. Yeah.
And almost all parts of the building, artworks and daily everyday stuffs have a very gentle, smooth lines with a gentle curving. This point is highlighted on the Korean traditional dancing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's the slow, calm, and restricted movements are emphasizing softness and delicacy with controlled strength. I've learned.
Have you learned?
Yeah, I've learned.
Have you learned traditional dance?
No.
No. Joanne.
No, I'll try.
But you've worn hanbok, of course.
Of course.
But
on
no
a special
dance.
day.
On a special Which special day?
Not wedding day.
Got it. Different
because my
wedding
kids
days.
is not so.
Got it. Understood. I got you.
And then traditional holiday, we usually wear the traditional costumes in Korea.
What's your favorite color to
My
wear?
favorite color is that I said about that.
I know it's green. But do you like wearing green hanbok as well.
Yeah, but my hanbok is a little bit yellowish green.
Oh, pretty.
Yellowish
Oh, that's really
green.
pretty.
So much standing out. So
Really?
I don't like to wear that.
Well, you don't like to stand out, Joanne. Stand out.
Yeah, I want to be stand out, but that I don't want that much.
Understood. Okay, got it. But okay, I mean, I knew green was your favorite color, but so it's a yellow green. Okay, so I mean, what I asked about traditional dance, so you haven't learned something that I had heard once, and I think it's quite true, that a lot of, well, you could say various Asian dances, but like let's say Korean dance, for example, it's more low to the ground, whereas like ballet, for example, is like high. So it's like this attempt to like stretch up,
Jumped up.
yeah,
a lot.
and Korean is it quite low to the ground?
Yeah, we often kneel down.
So it's very earthed.
Yeah,
and like
very the close to the
Yeah.
bottom, and then we just our position down.
ah,
and then,
okay.
have some position very strengthful.
Yeah. I mean, just you saying that right there, and we've talked about it before, but I feel like that's just such a good metaphor or just good description words for Korean spirit in general.
That's right.
And it's funny how like with art and dance in particular and music, but like talking about dance, like it's really shown through that, like through our bodies, how that spirit, and with traditional dance here, that's how it's really conveyed.
So Korean people just honor about the humble, and then restricted one as a very beauty one in a mental side.
So restricted meaning what do I mean?
Controlled.
So more controlled, precise, maybe, like specific. I guess what I've noticed is there is like a attention to like the natural use, like the use of natural and seeing the natural materials being used, like whether it's ceramics or even in architecture, like temples, for example. But like you said, and we talked about earlier, there is aspects of color as well.
And then, we always, usually we don't like it, the type of this, some kind of bragging or they're showing off.
Okay.
We don't like that. And then almost all Koreans got the same attitude.
So
for
like
the
a
beauty.
humility with like it's restrained, but it's like there's power there though. I think
that's right.
There's
The
like
power
a
inside of ourselves.
honestly, I've noticed that with the Koreans. I think I mentioned it last time of like there is this innate sense of power within a Korean spirit that I think shows up in a lot of ways.
So we really have with belief.
Oh.
And then we always got some honor of that.
Oh yeah, as you should. So in talking about Korean traditional beauty and traditional clothing, but especially this Korean spirit that we've really been digging into a lot, I think throughout really the whole series, but today specifically. What inspires you the most through all of it?
The most.
Yeah.
I think not the most, all of that kinds of generally, basically,
Yeah.
generally and basically the in our all everything, everyday life, everyday stuffs.
Yeah.
We got that kinds of spirituality. We got, so we always think about the humility, and then honesty, and then some kind of calm down. But the energetic, but strengthful life way.
Okay.
We don't like the very lousy, the one. And then we just calm down and then quiet life.
Okay.
And then always looking for that kinds of attitude.
Okay. So kind of having that thread through all of how one navigates the world and life. Like
that's right. So always underlies that kinds of spirituality in our own side of our lives.
Okay, so that sense of
I
being.
think just my private opinion.
Well, and that's what like you kind of want to live up to that, you think.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, okay.
And
lovely.
Then let me ask you.
Yeah.
What about you living here as an artist? Has it inspired you?
Oh, of course. Yeah, I think I've mentioned it before, but really anywhere I go, I always pick up little bits and pieces of the place and the energy of the people and the spirit of the people and place that I've been fortunate enough to live. And Korea in particular, it's where I'm at in my life, but it is the first place that I've wanted to stay. There is an energy here that
some kind of energy
that
attracts you.
It intrigues me, it fascinates me, and I want to know more. And for sure, like, has it already influenced the art I make? Like, doing ceramics in Korea, like, I've had people be like, as ceramicists, going, "Oh my God, you're in Korea! Wow, like, how lucky are you?" But even fashion too, like, and how it's already influenced some pieces I desire to make, or even just, and not even that it always shows up in what I make. It just has inspired in the beauty of it. Of course. And that Korean spirit, there's I think I've mentioned it before, the bale, like, quick, but that things happen. There's like potential for things.
Bale, you know that.
Yeah. Like, even just, like the people are keen to make things happen. And I really appreciate that. And I'm curious and want to know more and would like to stay and explore that more. Yeah. But we can talk about that some other time because it's time to go.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think I'm kind of proud of us. I think this new 3-part structure worked.
Yeah. So work.
Yeah. And we'll see what people think, but I like it. And I think we even have time for a wee summary if you wouldn't mind.
Okay. I will do that.
Thank you.
네, 제가 메간에게 한국의 진정한 미에 대해서 좀 이런저런 얘기를 해드렸는데 메간도 그런 걸 잘 알고 있고 느끼고 있었나 봐요. 그리고 그런 아름다움들을 느끼면서 한국에 계속 머물고 싶은 생각을 하고 있는 것 같습니다. 네, 한국의 미를 우리 둘 다 잘 느끼고 있는 것 같아서 굉장히 기쁘네요.
Thank you.
Welcome. And then we'll listen to the final song, and then we must say goodbye here.
Okay, so our final song is Mythologize Me by Eliza McLamb.
Okay.
Let's leave with that.
Oh,
Thank you for today.
Thank you for today.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you next time.
Bye. Bye.
So cautious, I was just a kid, and for what it was worth, well, it wasn't all of the suffering. I thought maybe one day I use this in a good way. Isn't it great what I made of it? Just a boring